Good morning to all our listeners, first time and usual listeners. I am Devon Cornelius, and you are listening to WinFM 98.9. And we are here with Dr. Lincoln Carty. He is the General Manager of the Eastern Benevolent Society. And this morning we will be having a discussion where he will be providing some information regarding some of the programs that they offer and a little bit more about the society and what they do. So at this time, I will allow Mr. Dr. Carty to introduce himself, just a short, brief introduction, and we will head right into our discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cornelius, and good morning, everybody. As you would have heard, the name is Lincoln Carty. I'm an educator by profession, and having retired from education, went into natural medicine, and I do one-on-one consultation with individuals as it relates to naturopathic medicine. But right now, my passion is moving the Eastern Benevolent Society forward. Hence, I'm there working with the membership as general manager, and we have a board of directors, very enthusiastic, and so just wanting to move the society forward and bring you along with us.
Okay, great. And before we get into the programs, Dr. Kati, just for those persons who are listening and for those persons who are not familiar with the society, how does one become a member? And what is membership really about?
All right, it's a very easy process. You simply pick up an application form, fill it out, and you become a member. There are no tests, no restrictions, except that you must be between the ages of 18 to 70. And just a quick history, the Eastern Benevolent Society, it's been around for 40 years now. The society was established by the late Mr. Lloyd G. Prokop, JP, back in 1980. In fact, we were registered on the 1st of November 1980, so we have just celebrated our 40th anniversary. And we are regulated by the Registrar of Friendly Societies here in St. Kitts. Our vision is to really give our members access to profitable, professional, superior value-added services. And so we just want to make sure we move the financial state of our members forward. You asked about membership. As I said, membership is between the ages of 18 to 70.
Right.
However, we have what we call two tiers of membership, in the sense that those individuals who are employed moving up to retirement age, so we refer to them as regular members, that is individuals between 18 to 55, and then our older members are those between 56 to 70. We have introduced, however, a new category of membership. It doesn't require application. These are who we call our junior members. And so we are making provision for children between the ages of 0 to 17. In terms of providing them with savings plans that I'm going to be talking about, with you in a little bit. And finally, we want, because we are now celebrating our 40th anniversary and we are evolving and doing some new things, we want to introduce a new category of membership. We want to refer to some individuals as honorary members. These are individuals who have done, good work in the society. They have done sacrificial things. And so during the next few months, we are going to be inviting some of our society members, not society members, community members, to become honorary members of the society. So we'll be getting that new tier of membership soon as well.
Great. And thank you so much, Dr. Kati. Very useful information for those persons who are not aware of the Eastern Benevolent Society. But as you're speaking about the programs, you will head right into that discussion. I know that the society offer a number of programs. Can you speak to some of the programs that are offered?
Yeah, well, for the past 40 years, we've offered just one main program. That's the memorial plan. People also refer to it as a funeral grant, in the sense that we allow individuals to save toward the funeral. And what that does is it says to those who are surviving that, the member cares about them so much that they've provided the means for their own funeral to take the stress off of the children, the grandchildren, or the friends, whoever would be, taking care of those funeral expenses. And And so we started, Mr. Prokop started the society in a very simple way, having individuals pay $1 or $1.50 per death of a member. And the society moved on like that until about from 1980 to about 2008, when the plans were changed to introduce what was called a B plan, where individuals were able to pay monthly subscriptions, and that gave them better benefits. On the A plans, where they paid $1.50 per death, individuals would get $1,500 or $2,000, towards the funeral. But funeral expenses increase, and so
Right.
over time, as that happened, the B plans were introduced, where individuals would pay, say, $12, $15, $20, $25, or $30 per month, and you would get a funeral package, proportionate to that, starting from $2,000, going up to about $5,000. So that went on from about 2008 until 2011. A young man by the name of Lincoln Carty joined the society. He became office manager at that time, and looked at the programs, looked at the way funeral costs were going up, and thought, we need to give our individual members a much better deal. And so we introduced what was called at that time the Celestial Memorial Plan. In fact, that plan was built over about a 2 to 3 year program period, and we launched it initially in 2013, and then did a review and a relaunch in 2015. And so the plan that we were using up to the 1st of November this year is that Celestial Memorial Plan, where individuals would choose packages ranging from $7,500 to $15,000, very similar to the indemnity plans offered by the credit unions. So that's where we have been until this time. And so now we are, we have determined to add other programs so that our members could benefit even while they're alive. Why do I say that? I would say for my funeral, you would say for your funeral, who benefits? You see, those who are left behind,
Right,
because they don't have that expense, right?
Right.
And we as a board, we got to thinking there are so many other things a society can do, because you look at the Friendly Society Act, and it enumerates a number of things you can do for your members. And so we have decided to introduce new programs to meet the needs of our members even while they are here with us today.
And Dr. Kaki, that is so awesome, because there are so many families, or there have been so many families that have, let me say, suffered in with funeral expenses, and making sure that their loved ones receive a great, as we just say, quote unquote, send off.
Right, correct.
And sometimes people, they burden themselves with loans and other things, to make sure that their family members are given a proper send off. So I do
Yes.
think that this is a wonderful program, and I am almost certain that persons have been taking good advantage of this program. But if you, for the sake of the listeners and for those persons who are not quite familiar, could you explain more about the Celestial Memorial Plan, and how does that work?
Yes, as I said earlier, we offer packages ranging from $7,500 to $15,000 on let's refer to it as the outgoing memorial plan, because we are now in the process of introducing an upgraded memorial plan. So that plan that we had for the past 5 years offered 4 different categories. A package for $7,500, one for $10,000, one for $12,500, and one for $15,000. You'd notice they go up in increments of $2,500. And there's a reason for that, because right here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Social Security provides a funeral grant of $2,500. Now, an individual could say, okay, I want a $10,000 funeral, so I'm going to sign up for a $7,500 funeral, with Eastern Benevolent Society. When I pass, then my loved ones would take that other 2005 and give me a 10,000 send off. You see what I mean?
Right.
And so, we advise our members, about that possibility as well. And so they would choose a package, and each package comes with a monthly fee, so that the basic package, 7,005, came with a $35 monthly fee. The premium silver, which was this 10,000 plan, that came with a $45 fee. And then there was the premium gold, 12,005, and that came with a $60 fee. And then there's the platinum, which is 15,000, and that came with a $70 monthly fee. So the individuals will pay towards the funeral, and if they pay off the package before they pass, we give them a certificate of completion. They don't have to pay anything else. So it's not like other plans where you pay until you die. Once you pay off your plan, you get a certificate of completion in your hand. You give it to your loved ones. Just hold that until my time comes. Take it in. But if you pass before you pay it off, then you will get the proportionate amount back.
Right,
Yes.
right. And as we dive more into the plans that are being offered,
Yes.
I understand that you have a savings plan.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, just before I go into the savings plan, remember I said this plan I just told about is the outgoing plan.
Right.
So we are now introducing a new Celestial Memorial Plan. And all that we have done is added another category, an 18,000 category. And it's obvious why. Because, as I said, funeral costs keep going up. And there are some individuals who want the best. And so we have added that extra category, and we have also modified, our rates, so that the monthly rates are now from $40 up to $95, based on whether you want to take a long period of time to pay it off. And what we have done this time around is to introduce rates of payment, so that you can determine whether you want to pay off your plan in 5 years, 10 years, 15 or 20 years. And there are different interest rates based on when you pay it off. So if you take 20 years to pay off your plan, for example, you get an interest rate of 1.79%. 15 years, you get 2 point something percent. 10 years, you get 5%. And if you pay it off in 5 years, you get a whopping 11.68% interest. Yeah, so, and those are just incentives for our members. It is true that you pay more,
That's some good incentives.
if you're paying it off in 5 years. But the point is, you would have paid it off and you don't have that to worry about again. And I just want to inject here, because we want to encourage young people to take advantage of this. Because most young people tend to feel a memorial plan is for the elderly.
Yeah.
But if you start when you're elderly, then you don't have time
you
to
don't have any
complete
time.
it. You see, but if you start, and that's why we introduce it to individuals as soon as you begin to work. At 18, you take out your plan. You take 20 years. By the time you're 38, you've paid off for your funeral. You live another 50 years or so. You don't have that to worry about. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but then you ask now about the new programs, and one of the new things we are doing is introducing the whole idea of savings. We know there are banks, there are credit unions, and those other places where individuals can save. But the Eastern Benevolent Society, following the guidelines of the Friendly Societies Act, can also provide that service for our members. And so we are giving the opportunity to our members to have different types of savings accounts. For example, there is one which we are going to be calling the Wealth Builder. And what that does is it gives them the opportunity to save, to accrue wealth over time, so that the individual can say, okay, I want in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years or 20 years to have this amount in my bank account. And so I'm going to save toward that. Now, what we are doing with this wealth builder is to give varying interest rates, starting at 3%. So that if you decide, I'm going to save $100 per month religiously over a 5, 10, or 15-year period, you get a 3% interest rate. If you save $150 per month, you get a 3.5% interest rate. $200 per month, you get a 4% interest rate. If you decide to save $250 per month, then you get a 5% interest rate. And multiply that over, the period of time, whether it is 5, 10, 15, or 20 years, and you see what happens.
Great, great, great.
Yes.
I think that is some very good news. And
Mhm.
for those persons who are listening, I think they're pleased because this is really some good information and something that people, within our society can definitely look forward to the memorial
Yes.
plan and this savings plan because um, even though the society is not a bank, there are some persons that may not
Right.
want to save with a bank. They want to save with another group or something. And so I
Yes.
think this and the heading of it, the wealth
Builder.
builder,
Right.
as we look forward to 2021, we are praying for good health
Oh yes.
and good wealth.
Yes.
And this is something that we are definitely looking forward to. But,
Mhm.
as we continue, could you provide some more information about the entire savings plan?
Yes.
I see that
Yes.
we have here the
We have an
affiliate
affiliate.
club.
Right.
Great. Could we
Yes.
go in depth with that one?
Right. And just as the word says, there are companies online and they do have affiliate members, those individuals, to promote the products and services of the company and they get a commission. So if you decide, okay, I want to save with Eastern Benevolent, but I want to save in the affiliate club, so you become a member of the affiliate club, you get to start your savings at $200 per month, and you get access to various types of loans based on the amount you're saving. But the benefit here is that when you, as an affiliate club member, invites or introduces somebody into the society, you get a commission of the application fee, and that commission goes toward your savings account. So if you bring in 2, 3, 4 persons in a month, you are not only saving on your own, but you are also accruing, those commissions. And one of the things I would want to say here too is that we would want to ensure that folks understand that saving in Eastern Benevolent Society is service charge free. Service charge free.
Wow.
You see, because we secure your funds in the bank. Yes, we pay the service charge on your behalf.
Right.
So it's better to pay just one service charge than 100, 600, 700 people, paying service charge.
Right.
So you get that benefit as well. And then there's another savings club, which we all want to call the Stasher
The
Club.
Stasher Club.
You want to
yes.
stash away something for an emergency. You might have a wedding coming up in 6 months. You might have a vacation coming up. Or you might have something that is going to cost you, a good bit. And you say, okay, I want to save towards that. So you bring it to Eastern Benevolent Society. We save it for you, give you interest on it, and then when the time comes, you can access that, you see. And remember I mentioned earlier our junior members. We do not have memorial plans for juniors because we expect our children to grow up and become adults. But we are going to be offering the junior ISA, which is a junior individual savings account. And that's for children between the ages of 0 to 17. So at your baby is born, you could decide, okay, I want to put aside some money for college or for some other project, that you want the child to get involved in as they get older, and you start saving. And that money stays in the account until the child is 17. Well, until the child is 18. We say 0 to 17.
Right.
Because the next year is 18.
It's 18, yes.
When they become 18, the account is theirs, and they have the responsibility
so
to
they could
do
whatever
they
they
want
want
with it. One would hope, however, that the parents would, during the time they are saving, encourage them to see that as something positive, something that they can use to enhance their future, instead of doing like the prodigal, take what I have and go and waste it. You see. Yes.
Great. Good information. And I think this one is very good, this Tasha Club, because you have a lot of persons who they want to save for a vacation, or
Yes.
you may have emergencies. Something may
Right.
happen unexpectedly and you may need that cash. No, but you don't have, the convenience of going to a bank or something like that.
Right.
And so
right.
I think, and the name of it alone, I think it's a catchy name, and so it will definitely
Yes.
bring persons to join this club. But as we continue, because as you can see, we are running out of time. The number 3, loan plans.
Yes.
I did not know that there are loans being offered at the society? How
Well,
does that work?
no, this is a new program again we are bringing on stream.
Wow.
You see, I mean, after 40 years of doing the same thing, we have
You have to
decided to
bring
evolve.
something new.
Right, and these are the needs this society has. People need funds
Mhm.
at times
Mhm.
that they don't have at their disposal. And so we want to be able to provide those loans for them. So you can have a regular loan, um, and our loans can come with same day approval,
Mhm.
because we know our members, and so we don't have to worry about giving them a loan.
Mhm.
We have the education loan. And when I say an education loan, we are not talking about starting now with giving you, say, all the funds you need for college.
Mhm.
But we have tertiary education, we have primary education, we have secondary education. So there are private schools, and parents have to pay fees. So, you can get those kinds of small loans starting now. And then maybe as we grow in the next few years, then we could provide education loans for tertiary education, you see. And so we're not ruling that out. And then there's what we call the express loan. Again, that's for if you want some quick funds.
Mhm.
The lights bill went up, the water bill went up and got out of control. And you don't want it cut off, so you want some quick funds,
To
you
yeah.
can do that. Or you have
That's
an
very
emergency
convenient.
that came up, you didn't expect it, and so you can get an express loan for that. And then we don't mind a vacation loan now and then. And we are hoping that one of these days down the road we can give some auto loans. Where you can just choose the car you want and you get a loan for that, right? And oh yes, so we are thinking of all of that. But there's one new program that I really want to touch on quickly before we go. That's what we call the discretionary grants program. And again, this is what a friendly society is about. We're about meeting the needs of people. And so in our society, as Yahshua said, we will always have the poor with us. And so there will be individuals who are in dire need, not of any fault of their own.
Right.
And so we want, as we go on, to be able to provide discretionary grants for individuals who need help. So we look at things like disasters, illness,
Mhm.
trauma, stressful circumstances, maybe a house burned down, maybe there was a bad accident and somebody is in critical need of critical help. And so we provide funding for that. That's not a loan now, it's a grant. You see, so we not only want to be able to give loans, but we want to be able to give a helping hand where
Right.
possible.
Right.
And what we are hoping is that individuals in the community, maybe businesses, corporations, associations, could join with us and help to build that discretionary grant club so that we could always have that put aside for individuals who are in need.
Very good. Very, very good programs. And I think those persons, again, who are listening, they are happy. They are pleased. And,
Yes.
we basically have, just 4 minutes left. So if we can use that
Yes.
4 minutes just to do a recap of what are some of the programs that are being
Mhm.
offered. We have the Memorial Plan.
Yes.
That's correct. And then we have the Savings Plan. And within the Savings Plan, you have the Wealth Builder and you have the Affiliate Club.
Right.
And then we have the Stasha Club. That's a part of the savings plan, right? Yeah, the
Yes,
Stasha
yes.
Club. And then we go on to 3, which is the loan plans. You have the regular loan. You
Mhm.
have an education loan. This one is very
Right.
interesting because you have a lot of persons. But before I get into that, though, a question I had was
Yes.
for those persons who want to pursue a degree online, does this loan caters to that?
Yeah, that could help because online degrees are not very expensive.
No.
It's not the same as going into class
Mhm.
full time, and so we should be able to help with that as well.
Mhm. Great.
Yeah.
And then you have the express loan and the vacation loan. Even
Mhm.
though, this is COVID-19 and most persons are not traveling, you can have a staycation.
Oh yes.
You can go to a local hotel and, have a good time with your family and friends. And then you have the discretionary grants. So
Mhm.
we'll just use the couple minutes we have left just to go through real quick. And
Yeah.
then we will wrap up this program, starting, of course, with the
Right.
memorial plan.
Okay, so as we said earlier, the memorial plan is designed to help an individual member to save towards funeral expenses.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, that takes the stress off of those who are taking care of that
Yes, family.
at that when that time comes for you. And so family would appreciate that. And we want to encourage young people, especially, to get involved, because then you can put that behind you and continue to live your life without worrying what will happen when that time comes. The savings programs, they are designed to help you to save, to build your wealth, and to just make sure that you have that extra put aside. It's so important. We go to the ant, as the wise man said. The ants always put up something, for the rainy day. And so we want to encourage our members to do that. We provide loans where necessary. And as I said earlier, we want to lend a helping hand to those people who are in need. But I don't want to leave before sharing something interesting with our listening public. Because we have been around for 40 years and we have not had any real big celebration, we are taking this opportunity to use the next few months to engage in some 40-year celebratory activities. In fact, we started just before the 1st of November. Our oldest member in St. Kitts, Ruby Thomas of Pitcairn Street, she made 100. And so we visited with her. That was the 23rd of October, leading into the anniversary. But guess what? On our anniversary, 1st of November, our sister Mary Brown from Nevis,
Yes.
she made 104. And so we were able, my administrative assistant and I, along with our junior clerk in Nevis, were able to visit with her. We spent a few hours there with the family. It was real great, just meeting with Sister Brown there in Nevis. And then as we go on into the new year, we plan to do a number of things. For example, because the community, has worked with the society over the past 40 years, we want to give back. And so during the first quarter of 2021, January, February, March, anybody in the general public who wants to become a member, you can become a member for free. You don't have to pay the $50 application fee.
Wow.
You just sign your application, fill it out, choose your plan, and come and be a member for the first 3 months. But then we are doing something else. If you work in the Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Education, you not only get to join for free, but the first 40 persons, because we are celebrating 40 years, the first 40 persons get a $50 voucher to start any savings account you want to save. You want to start.
Once you work in the ministry.
Once you work in the Ministry of Education or Health. Reason being, those two ministries have supported me over the course of the year. As I said, I taught for 42 years, and I do some consulting work now and then with the Ministry of Health, and so I want to give back to those persons who work, in those areas. And so that's what we want to do for those people. But remember, the general public can join without having to pay the $50 fee.
Wow.
So everybody still benefits. And then we want to start having an awards function. So we are planning an awards night towards the end of the first quarter. In fact, at that time, we are going to be introducing or launching the discretionary club, formally. And then we'll also be introducing our honorary members at that time. And one of the things we want to do is to start an award in the name of our founder. So there will be the Lloyd G. Prokop Award. And somebody will be the beneficiary of that starting in 2021.
Great.
So those are some of the plans we have going forward.
Great. And thank you so much, Dr. Kati. Very useful information. And I think you will be hearing from a few persons very soon. And you will be hearing from me very soon. But very, very good information and something that our people could definitely benefit from. What was very interesting, as you said, for the first quarter of 2021, that's January, February, March,
right,
you can become a member. So for those of you who are listening, you can become a member of the society in the first quarter of 2021 for free.
Right.
But as we are out of time, it is now 11 o'clock and we exhausted the entire 30 minutes. Let me just say thank you so much to all of you who took time from your busy schedule to tune in and to listen to this very meaningful and fruitful program. And we hope to have you back, Dr. Kati, to provide more information, because I don't think we had enough time to really get down and, for persons to have a clear and definite understanding of what we discussed earlier today. But thank you
Yes.
so much on behalf
You're
of WinFM.
welcome.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
coming, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to provide the general public with
Yes.
such important information.
And just to say quickly, for those who would want more information, we are launching our website hopefully in the next week or two. So look out for www.ebsociety.org. And so you just look out for that, and you'll get lots more information on site.
Right. And do you guys have a contact number?
Yes, 465-4148 in St. Kitts, 469-1872 in Nevis, and cell number 665-8968. So you can reach us, or you can come to any one of our offices. Those in Nevis can go to Chapel Street in Nevis. Those here in St. Kitts at Baker's Corner. You know where the old Procop building is at Baker's Corner. That's where we are.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Carty. Guys, you were
You're
listening to an interview with Dr. Lincoln Carty. He is the General Manager of the Eastern Benevolent Society. Thank you guys so much. We're now going to have voices from 11 right until 12.